you know, look at, I've got all these recipes, pate, chicken, bread, and they all ask for garam masala.
Yeah, and they're all from different areas of India.
Exactly.
So what do? Well, you
Precisely,
put some.
precisely.
Garam Masala is the superstar blend of India that you find all over India in different regional variations.
Every family's got a version.
Absolutely.
Every individual in the family, the cook adds this, adds that.
I learned this from my grandma. It's all there.
It's all personalized. And so when it came time for us to come up with a garam masala, that's exactly what we did. We came up with Garam Masala.
Yeah, the classic
The
one.
classic one, which is probably the one that left India first, traveled all over the world, became known as Garam Masala. And so when we made this version, this is not going to surprise anybody. That's what they expect. It's aromatic. It's really an all-purpose.
And it does what it's supposed to do. I mean, garam means warm, masala means blend. So in the Ayurvedic sense of the term, it warms the body and it also warms up your food. And it's used very much like we use pepper. Beginning and middle, we always put that blend in the food at various stages. Not in every recipe, but in a lot of Indian recipes.
Then we got more ambitious and we went for number 2, which comes from the south of the country, on the Spice Coast.
Yes.
Here we see definitely the influence of the relationship that the Indians established with the Chinese. Yes. So we've got star anise.
Yes.
And there's also in there Indonesian cassia.
Yes. It was called the Spice Coast because literally there was a time all the world's spices converged on the area of South India. And because of the fennel that they put in there, it kind of softens all those extremely aromatic spices. It's used a lot with meats like duck or pork, and pork can surprise because you go India, pork, but in the south of India there are a lot of Christians and they use pork, of course. And they make an amazing pork curry with this blend, but that doesn't stop just to meats because they cook a lot with coconut products. And it's really good in all the curries of the area, be it vegetable, fish, or meat. That garam masala goes well when there's coconut in the recipe.
And so because we will not be defeated, we went for number 3, which is called Sindhi, named after that region in the east of India, just next to Pakistan. The wonderful characteristic about this blend is that every single spice is roasted before being put together. Not only that, here's the kicker. No black pepper in this, but on the other hand, mace and nutmeg. And
black cumin, which I really like. It really balances well the flavors of the area, which is really a milk-based cuisine. So things are cooked in ghee, marinated in yogurt, the sauces contain cream or paneer. And it blends very well with this kind of food. Things like tandoori chicken, for instance.
Ha 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 ha. Okay, and then we move on to number 4 because there's no stopping us.
No.
Here is Kashmir. They're really way up north. It's cold, a lot like where we live.
Close to the Himalayas.
And as a result, the spices indigenous to the area, like this black cardamom, for them to be properly dried, have to be put next to a very little fire. So then that gives it a nice smoky kind of flavory taste. And you know how I like the smoky flavory kind of taste. So imagine that in there, and then you've got this beautiful thing.
Like all the regional garam masalas, blends itself well with the ingredients you find there, which they use a lot of meat, surprisingly. Things like goat and mutton and wild meat when they can get it. So these are strong tasting ingredients. So that's why you have a strong tasting garam masala. And also because in the winter, just like us, they don't have much of vegetables. So they eat a lot of root vegetables, rutabagas, turnips, carrots, things like cabbage and onions. And this robust flavor balances well those really strong tasting vegetables.
Okay, so all of that is very lovely. Thank you very much. What do I do? What do I do?
You put the one you have and the one you like. But if you're doing a regional recipe and you want to respect the tradition, then I strongly advise you to use a proper garam, especially if you're inviting your friend's grandmother from that area. It'll be really helpful.
You were there yesterday when I spoke to Varsha, who is responsible for doing all the roasting of the spices and everything, and she's from Gujarat. And I said, Varsha, talk to me about garam masala. And she's like, what? You know, garam masala. And she goes, what's there to say? No garam masala, I don't cook. She said that.